Hello, everybody. Let's check the sound. Uh, do you hear me? Please type the plus in our chat. Yeah, I'm hearing myself, so I guess everything is okay with our connection. So let's get started. Let's wait about 1 or 2 minutes and let's get started. Okay, so the webinar will be in English. It's totally for English speakers. So, okay, let's get started. So, I won't be able to see your comments in chat, but don't worry, I will communicate with you. I will read all your comments in chat in the end of our webinar. Okay, so the topic of our webinar is how to earn your first money on FileHost. I'm Victor. I'm manager of moneyplatform.biz, and today we're going to talk about the first steps for newcomers. So this webinar is created for newcomers, for those who haven't uploaded any files and content yet, and for those who already uploaded some files but didn't get any income at all. So they just tried to upload something, but they didn't get any money. And this webinar is also for those who already earn, but less than $100 or $200 per month. So I will try to cover all those areas, all those types of partners. So if the webinar will be too easy for you, don't worry. I will prepare more sophisticated webinars in the future. This is our first webinar, and if you will like it, we'll repeat it and choose different topics, and we'll make it more advanced. Okay, so for the newcomers, I will tell and show the scheme of earning money on the FileHost. For those who uploaded some files and didn't get any money yet, I'll be talking about types of content that brings the most of sales. We'll talk about size and types of files. We'll talk about ratio, PS, downloads, payments, and all the metrics. And for those who already earn but less than $100 per month, we'll be talking about cases, how to raise income up to 5, 6, and more $100 for the 6 months. I'll show that this is real, you can do it, and show the real cases. We'll be talking about protection from abusers, I mean reports, copyright infringement reports. We'll be talking about them and how to avoid them and so on. And we'll finish this webinar talking about automatization of your work. The total time of the webinar should be about 60 minutes, so bear with me. As for your questions, please write all the questions in chat during the webinar or right now if you already have one. I will read all your questions at the end of the webinar. I will not distract myself from the presentation during the webinar, but don't worry, I will answer all your questions. Be free, feel free to write in the chat. Okay, so let's start from the scheme of earning money on any file host. The scheme is the same for all the file hosts. So you have the content. You upload the content to your admin dashboard on moneyplatform.biz. Moneyplatform.biz, it's not actually the file host. It's kind of aggregator of 4 different file hosts. It's Keep2Share, uh, Test Files, FileBoom, and Publish to Me. So we'll be talking about 4 file hosts, and it doesn't matter on what exact file host you are publishing the files. If you don't know the difference, please write me the private message or in Telegram. I'll explain what content I would recommend to upload on which file host. Okay, so next step, you get the link after you uploaded the file and publish the link to your file. Publish where? Publish on forums. Then most likely you'll be working with forums or on your own blogs, on your own website. Then users will be downloading your files by clicking on those links. They will be watching online via video players or downloading. It doesn't matter because users will buy premium to download faster or to watch full movie if you are working with video content. So you get a reward for each purchase of the premium accounts of those users that clicked on your links and watched your videos or downloaded your files with premium accounts. So the premium account just allow them to download faster, and this is the good reason. And you can set up your files and to choose that your files can be downloaded only with premium accounts without free accounts. So the free users won't be able to download it. It's also this settings is also available in your dashboard in moneyplatform.biz. So the scheme is pretty simple. I will not explain it more. If you didn't understand it, please write me in Telegram or email. So move on. Move on to the types of content that bring the most of sales. The number one content that is uploaded on our file host and brings the most of sales is video content. I guess this is obvious, and those who are working already on our file host already knows that. And the number one in video content is an adult content. And number two, it's kind of movies, shows, but as for the movies and TV shows, I mean Hollywood movies and so on and so on, do not stick to those type of content, despite of it's kind of widespread and it's easy to find and it's kind of popular, but it has a lot of demand. But there will be a lot of infringements, copyright infringement reports on your content. So it will be difficult to work with that content. So I would not recommend you to work with movies. Okay. So the second type of content, the most selling content is software. It's various types of software, and the number one is the games. I mean, included adult games, games for your computer, and any type of games, and the software for your personal computer. Okay. As for the reports, as I mentioned, you should choose a content that that is not so let's say you should choose content that will bring you less problems with abusers. I mean, copyright reporters that are sending to us reports, and they require to delete, remove files because they are the owners of those files, and we cannot refuse it. So we have to delete files. So in order to let you work and in order to let you earn more money, we would recommend you to use content that will not bring you copyright reports. So I would not recommend you to work with Hollywood movies, TV shows, TV series, and with adult big studios, because even adult videos, but that were generated by big adult studios, it's very difficult to work with that kind of content because we are getting a lot of reports on that content. As for the reports, you will not get any harm for you in any kind, so don't worry. The only issue with the reports we have by removing videos and files, and you have also problems with that because you have to re-upload files or replace links or upload new content. So it's kind of more difficulties. So you have to find your niche and to work with the content that has less problems with reports or upload content on your own website and add there a protection from automatic parsing of the content. You should understand that those guys that are sending reports to us, they are not clicking on each site every day. They are not doing that kind of stuff. They just have some kind of programs named parsers, and they just looking in the internet for the content that brings to them by keywords and parsing the links and sending the email with those links to us, and we have to remove those files. So how can you protect your files? There are some ways, adding Google CAPTCHA or some JavaScript on your site or encrypted links you can use. There are several ways how can you protect your website from reports. If you are interested in that kind of protection, please write me in Telegram or email. I will tell you, and I will recommend you guys that can help you to implement on your website those kind of protections. Okay, so let's move on. As for the optimal file parameters for uploading, we'll be talking about types of files. First of all, for the videos, I would recommend you to use MP4 because in this format, you'll be able to use video preview, and this is very important in terms of conversion rate because users want to see what they are going to buy. And if you are using video content in AVI format, for example, you won't get a preview on our file host of your video file. But as for the software, you have to put in the archive, .rar type of content. This is simple archive. You can create it, and it's kind of just gather all the files in one file, and it will be simpler for you to work with that type of file. Okay, so also you have to understand the bigger file is, in gigabytes or megabytes, the more likely user will buy a premium. Because if you are using both ways, both settings, free downloading and premium downloading, so for the file it's allowed to use both ways. Free user can download for free small files. So in order to avoid that kind of stuff, you have to make your files bigger or work with files that are bigger than 100 megabytes at least. And as for the free downloading, most of forums are requiring they require to allow users to download your content for free. On your own site, yes, you can set up your files as premium only and work with that setting, but on forums, you'll be forced to use settings free and premium. And also you have to understand the bigger file is, I mean, 1 gigabyte, 10 gigabytes and more, the less quantity of files you'll be able to upload for the same time, and the less speed of publishing will be. I mean, yeah, we do provide you 10 terabytes on your account of space, and you can use all the 10 terabytes. Don't hesitate, upload as much content as you can. But you have to understand that you have limits on speed of your internet, and you won't be able to break that limit. So you kind of be limited by your internet, and it's not something you wanna in this business. You have to upload as much content as you can. Okay, as for the file uploading, we have several ways how can you upload files. So the simplest way how you upload files is web uploading. You can go on your dashboard and file manager, or dashboard, I mean on moneyplatform.biz, your account, and click on the button upload file and upload it. So nothing is complicated here. It's very simple. Okay, so FTP. FTP is the common way to upload files via like programs like FileZilla. So you can install FileZilla on your personal computer and get your settings for your FTP folder on your account on moneyplatform.biz. So find the FTP menu and you'll get there the settings, put those settings on FileZilla, and you'll be able to upload content on your default folder on moneyplatform.biz using FTP file manager. It's much more convenient than web uploading, but you have to understand that FTP is very limited because all the files will be uploaded one by one, like in line, in a queue, in seconds. So before, only after the first file is uploaded, only after that the second file will start uploading. So it's kind of more, it takes more time to upload and complete, for example, 100 files for the first time. And to solve that issue, we've created the MP Uploader software. You can download this software, this program from your dashboard. This uploader is much more sophisticated than FTP. It allows you to upload in many streams at the same time. So you can upload, for example, 100 files simultaneously. But you have to understand that MP Uploader has some bugs, yeah, and it requires big performance of your computer. So it may be kind of stuck. It seems like a stuck, but it's working. But it requires a lot of energy, a lot of power, a lot of performance of your computer to upload files, because it checks a lot of indexes, a lot of stuff before it uploading the file. So you can test it, but you will decide whether you will be using web uploading, FTP, or MP uploader. Okay, the API is a way for more advanced uploaders, more advanced partners, because API requires skills how to work with that. I'll be talking in this webinar about Zenoposter, the program that will allow you to upload files via API. It's fast, very fast, very convenient, and this is, from my opinion, this is the best way how to upload files. Yes, you have to learn this API and to understand how it works, but after that you can just set up everything and go walk, sleep, on your work, doesn't matter. The uploading will be working for you 24 hours per day. And the coolspeeds.com is it's a great resource. I can give you a promo code for 30 days of using it to test it. If you need the promo code, please private message me in Telegram. This service will allow you to raise your speed of uploading and to download from different file hosts, upload to your file host, and it's very fast. You don't have to download files on your own computer. CoolSpeeds will will download from your source and instantly will upload to your account on Monday platform. It has a lot of functions. I mean, like changing MD5. It can cut the video. It can it can do a lot of stuff. You can read the full documentation on the website. It has interface and documentation in English, so just find the documentation. If you won't find, just refer to me. I'll send you the documentation in English, what CoolSpeeds can do. As for converting of your files, I already mentioned that we would recommend you to use MP4 type of video, but if you have content in different video formats, it's okay, just enable this settings. This settings is in your account in file settings menu. So if you won't find it, please, I'll help you, don't worry. And here you can pull those dots and set up the duration of preview of your video file. For the short videos, you can set up, for example, 5 seconds, 10 seconds of preview. For the long video files, you can set up even up to 5 minutes of preview. And please enable video preview. It will increase the conversion rate and enable auto conversion to MP4 format. Okay, let's move on. As for the PS, what the PS is. So this is simply the productivity scale. That means we calculate all the time what content, how much content did you upload. After that, we are calculating how much sales that content brought to you. And also we take into consideration the traffic, the number of downloading of your files. And we calculate all that kind of stuff and we put it on the productivity scale index. This index you can see in your dashboard, and the higher PS is, the better your content performs. So the more percentage for you we can give you from the sales from your users. Okay, so it starts from PS6 sales 55% and up to 10 PS equals 10. You'll get 65% from sales and rebills 55%. So the sales, I guess it's obvious, it's cost of purchase of users for premium accounts. For example, $10 one premium, so you'll get $5.5. But you have to take into consideration that there will be some fees from payment system, so it will be less money. And rebills, what rebills is? Rebills are just kind of recurring payments. When user bought the first time, for the first time, after the purchase period will expire, he will be charged from his credit card automatically unless he turns off this option before it. And you get a reward for that recurrent payments as well. It's called rebills. And what the ratio is, it's also an index. You can find it in your dashboard. The ratio is a ratio of sales to downloads. It's how many sales you get on how many downloads. For example, you get one sale per 300 downloads, and this is kind of average index, and it can vary. It's okay if you have one sale per 500 downloads, but if you have more downloads for one sale, you have to revise your content. Something is wrong because you have a lot of downloads but no sales. It means either your files are downloading for free, maybe they are small files, or maybe you are working on forums where a lot of users have already premium accounts and they can download your content. So you have to revise the content, your approach, and maybe you have to switch to your own websites, because the owners of websites have much better ratios. Downloads is simply the number of downloads per day or per month. It doesn't matter. On average, 300 downloads per day is okay. You have to get to that index, that number. Sales, purchases of your users' premium accounts, you should have at least 10 sales per month. It will bring you about $100 in approximately 50 from 50 to 100. It's depending on many factors. Rebills, we were talking about that previously. It's recurring purchases, like renewals of premium accounts. You have to have at least 1 or 5 per month. Okay, so let's discuss our cases. I just found some inspiring cases where you can see that guys started from the zero, and within a couple of months or 1 year they got to the results. As you can see here, the guy started on February 2021, and in June he reached $1,000 per month. So the next case is, you see the guy started the work in June 2020, and in 1 year he reached $1,130 per month. He has 7,000 downloads per month, and he uploaded, for example, 2 terabytes of files. So you have to calculate in your mind how many actions you have to do to reach similar results. Case number 3, the guy started work well, kind of also a year, but he started very slowly, and actual work started this year since January. He uploaded a lot of content, as you see, a lot of content. So as of now, he has 61 terabytes. Yeah, you have limits to 10 terabytes, but if you perform well, if your files are selling, you'll get an unlimited file storage. So don't worry, upload as much content as you can, and try to find that content that brings you the most of sales. Case number 4, also it took almost a year for the partner to get to about $400 per month. And on the right side, you can see the sources of his sales. The sites, some sites were crossed and blurred because there are his own websites, and in order to not disclose his own websites, I just blurred them. But in the next case, right here, I didn't blur it because those are like common forums, adult forums, and this guy is working with those forums, so he started in about 2019, yeah, and this is till July 2020, and he got to also to $300 per month in results. Okay, so the point of the cases that I tried to show you that you can do it because somebody else could do it, managed to do it, and you can do it as well. If you cannot find the content that you want to work with, please refer to me, write to me, I will help you. If you cannot publish, or you don't understand how to start, how to publish, how to create your own website, and all that kind of stuff, please write to me. I'll help you with. Don't worry. And let's get back to our presentation. And now we are going to talk about automatization of your work. This is for those users who already uploading files, but maybe you upload files manually, and this is not the passive income, and I would recommend you to switch to passive income, and you'll get passive income only if you will make all the automatization for all the work, starting from downloading content from your source and finishing by publishing the prepared post on forums in BB Code, for example, or publish your post on your own website. You can automate all that work, and in this work will help you the Zenoposter. Zenoposter is the awesome software. It's not so expensive, you can afford it, and I would really recommend you to buy it, download it, and use it and automate your work, because with Zenoposter you can upload 10 times much more content, 20 times much more content, so you'll get 10 times more money for the same time and 10 times less work. So this is incredibly sufficient, and well, I don't have words to describe. You won't get big money unless you automate all your work. Yes, you can use not just Zenoposter, you can find Themaposter, and with Thema Creator, Themaposter, it's also, yes, you can use that software. and it will allow you to download, prepare content, and publish it. But it's difficult to compare them because it's kind of comparing a Paint with Adobe Photoshop. So the ZenaPoster much more advanced software, and in ZenaPoster you can do anything you can even imagine. Everything that you can do in internet, you can automate it in ZenaPoster. So if you are using ThemoPoster right now, okay, continue using ThemoPoster, but at least try to compare them. It's not so expensive, and you can buy the light version. It's very cheap, and it will pay off very quickly for you. Okay, so we reached to the finish of our webinar, and in this section I'll be answering all the questions. Please write all your questions in English if you have ones. I'll answer it right now. Okay, I see one question in Russian, but I'll translate it. Why would you create set up selling files one by one? It's interesting feature, but I guess it won't have so much demand because the users, for users, it will be much more expensive to download, to buy only one by one file by one, because with premium account, user can buy many files for the period of time, for example, during 1 month. If you want to increase the price for the premium account, you can switch to virtual file host or virtual private file host, and there you can set up the price for premium as you want. There we have 3 different price tiers there. Okay, any more questions? Feel free to ask me. If we don't have more questions, I'll be finishing this webinar. And maybe next time I'll prepare more advanced webinar for more advanced partners. Okay, I see there is no more questions. Okay, in this case, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your attention. If you have any questions regarding this webinar, please write me in private message in Telegram or on my email. Okay, thank you. Bye.